Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Midnight Strike Through Mormons live stream. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, and today I'm joined in the studio by the lovely Brittany the Shadow. We also are graced with the presence via the interwebs. Graced by the presence of Jonah Barnes, comedic editor-in-chief of multiple prestigious publications.
Well, that's right, multiple
prestigious publications.
Too many to name, really. Too many to name,
really. And so, Jonah, actually, you brought this to my attention. Tell us, what on earth is going on? I can't even believe this when you said us. When you said this, tell us what we're talking about today.
Yeah, this is kind of bananas here. First of all, hello to everybody in the live stream. Make sure you're sharing this with your friends. You know that grandma that you never call?
Yeah.
You know that grandma that you never call? Share this with her right now. Do it right now. We'll wait.
Hey, shout out to my grandma. She watches every single episode and live stream.
Does she really?
And
That's
then
awesome.
she sends me critiques, mostly of Card and what he can do better.
Oh,
savage.
How helpful that Brittany's family is so willing to critique.
Okay, so dude, don't leave us hanging, bro. What on earth is to tell us what's happening? This is crazy.
All right, here you go. So, Davis County in Utah, which is north of Salt Lake County, the school district has voted to ban the Bible in all their district, in all their schools. The Bible, the Holy Bible, banned.
That is absolutely crazy.
Okay,
town.
wait.
Yeah.
I thought the Bible already was like separation of church and state. I thought the Bible wasn't allowed in schools.
Well, no.
They don't teach it, but
proselyting isn't allowed in schools, but they've actually banned the book.
I know, but I don't.
Is that what you're saying? They've banned the book?
But growing up in school, I never knew there was a Bible in my school. Right?
Yeah.
Am I
in the school
secular?
library? Sure. I mean, they're not going to take it out and read to all the kids. And they're like, and now, fifth graders, the Song of Solomon. No,
okay, so what are the articles?
You
say you threw the articles in the Discord here?
I put the articles in the Discord. Yeah, this is international news. The Guardian from the UK reporting on this.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe what I am hearing right now. Okay.
Is the Torah and the Quran still in there?
Dude, this is, oh my goodness gracious. I'm looking at this. This is insane. You're right. The Guardian has covered. Okay, well, I guess we'll just dive right in and show this to the audience so they get to be the ones that get to, choose for themselves, shall we say. But overlay with browser. Wow, this is absolutely insane. Utah school district that banned Bible considers removing the Book of Mormon. What?
So that's next. So they already voted to ban the Bible, and now they're saying, we should ban the Book of Mormon too.
Wait, hold on. Okay, it says a school district in Utah that last week banned the Bible from school libraries is now being asked to consider a further title for removal of the Book of Mormon. The Davis school district. Wait, Davis is the big county. Isn't that where Salt Lake is?
Yeah, let's see where Davis is.
No, where's Davis County? Yeah, anyway, I'm just going to keep reading here while you're looking at that. The Davis School District, which serves Davis County north of Salt Lake City, said, oh no, Davis County, I know why. Because that's where Bountiful is.
Bountiful,
what's it called? My father went to Bountiful High back in the 60s and 70s. But anyway, it literally says, the Davis School District, which serves Davis County north of Salt Lake City, says it was considering a new complaint demanding the removal of the foundational text of the Utah-based Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. The latest potential removal comes just a week after the Bible was taken off the shelves. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have this super woke scold cousin who hasn't talked to me since Donald Trump got elected. It was one of those where, liberalism is so loving and tolerant that it forces you to denounce your own family members based off of who they vote for. No litmus test there.
Everybody has one of those cousins, by the way. Everybody has one of those cousins.
I've got 7 of them. Yeah, what?
She still lives in America, last I checked.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't follow through with moving out of the country.
Yeah, so anyway, the crazy thing is back when I used to text with her, she was I won't name the university, but it was here in California. It was a very prestigious law school that she was going to. And I said, hey, look, well, when they finally outlaw free speech for conservatives and ban the Bible, will you come and bail me out of prison for saying I believe? That was literally like a text message I asked her. She said, oh, no, quit exaggerating. They would never ban free speech for religious people, and they would never ban the Bible. And it's not even ironic. It doesn't surprise me Utah did this. Utah is so desperate to try and be cool. It is so pathetically begging to be relevant. Like whenever Utahns move to Hollywood, okay, I have a friend who's a big movie producer and he's come to Los Angeles and him and his wife were driving around with me looking at some real estate. And I said, hey, these are some cool places to live. And you know what he said? He said, I will live anywhere within a 30-mile radius of X, which is the place he's going to have to go. And he says, just don't put me in a ward with actors. I don't mind industry people, but actors are the worst. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. These people come from the Midwest and they come from Utah and they're so desperate to get on film. They're so desperate to be that thing that daddy said they couldn't ever become or whatever, you know, that they will sell anything, their values, their soul, their sexuality, their deepest core beliefs. They will sacrifice at the altar of just getting in that one movie. So those people that made fun of them in Poughkeepsie, Idaho or wherever, you know, can finally see them on the big screen. Like their brain damage and trauma so consumes them, all right, that they will sell themselves and do anything, right? And it's never local Los Angeles people. Local Los Angeles people, movies get made every week here. They film 15 commercials in everybody's backyard. Everybody knows a celebrity. You don't need to name drop. You know what I'm saying? Are you good at basketball? We're starting a basketball team. Are you a good cook? We're going to have a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? That's what people actually care about here, right? But these people, when they come, they're so desperate. And it's weird. Like Utah is so consumed by this need to prove that it's not Mormon. Like I think I've never seen more distasteful tattoos in my life than in Sugar House, Utah, where everybody is so desperate to just prove how un-Mormon they are that they walk around with cups of coffee all day long. Like not just in the morning to help wake you up, not just in the afternoon to get you through the day, all right? Like all day long, they got to be seen with their cups of coffee and their tattoos. And it's like, okay, we get you're not a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Like we get it, right? So this producer said, I don't want to live next to actors because of this. Because of this crap right here. Utah, of all the states, California, I think, is literally a more wholesome place for families to live right now than Utah is, because Utah is so desperate to prove that it's not Mormon. They do asinine things. Like,
well, it gets crazier, Cardin. It gets a little crazier. Okay, so
and then we're gonna go to the super chats. Thank you everybody for giving super chats.
So yeah, great. Yeah. So actually, what this comes from is HB 374, which was passed in the Utah legislature specifically to target sensitive materials in schools that are pornographic or obscene materials in schools. Okay. So then this committee gets together, Davis County School District, and they voted on this thing and they banned the Bible. So these lawmakers come and they have this hearing with the committee members and they say, how could you do this? And the response is, you told us to take out things that were sensitive, that we should take out of there. And the Bible is filled with vulgarity and with violence and with some, naughty stuff. And so we decided to take it out of the schools. And the committee members, Republicans and Democrats, are kind of like in this muddle where they're like, well, yeah, it kind of does. And they're like, okay, well, yes, we want to ban that stuff from schools, but not the Bible. Well, why not the Bible? And it's a really interesting kind of debate that they're having. They're trying to figure out how they keep the Bible but still obey the statewide law. So this was a state law.
That is not the argument. I guarantee you there's not a bunch of active Latter-day Saint philosophers on that school board who are trying to figure out how they thread the needle of actually exposing the villainy while not endorsing the villainy. Like, no, BS. You have a bunch of freaking fat, feminist, ugly DMV bureaucrats who finally got to live their dream. If I look these people up, bro, I am not going to get the sensation that these people are lovers of the text, but trying to protect children from the inevitabilities of the controversy. No, dude, I don't know. I am dubious. I'm just saying I am dubious. It's just like all of the bureaucrats that outlawed masks in the name of health. You'd see their pictures and they were 400 pounders. They were like talking about how we all need to mask up for health reasons, you know, and there was absolutely no justification once you posted. I don't know. I'm just so dubious. We need to get a couple of these super chats first, all right? And then you can tell me where I go wrong. And I'm sure I probably just angered a bunch of people in the chat, and they'll tell me where I go wrong. But anyway, Ultranaut says, bring a Bible to school and get suspended. Get heaven points and a free day off. You know what?
Hey.
Ultranaut, that was really funny. And by the way, dude, there's some truth to this, bro. Dude, you want to blow up album sales in the 1980s and the 90s for a rock band? Outlaw. Do you remember?
True.
Do you remember Cop Killer? The song by Ice-T?
Yeah.
We're going to go down memory road right here. Okay?
Yes.
But during the first Bush administration, all right, there was a song that was called Cop Killer, made by Ice-T, who ironically now is just a...
Most people have no clue
who is ironically now just like a common milquetoast actor on like, you know, cop dramas and stuff like that. But he made a song called Cop Killer. It was one of the first songs. If you actually look right here, we can play it for just 1 second. Let's see here if it's actually going to play. I just got to mute it.
I'd like to take a pig out here in this parking lot.
Yeah, and you get the rest of it, right? Yeah, I was about to say, you get the rest of the point, right? But it was one of the first songs, if I can reframe this right here, that actually had, there it is, the parental advisory sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Put on it, okay? And President Bush came out and talked about how it's evil to talk about, you know, icing a cop and using slurs for law enforcement. And all these things were true, right? But you just did a big, huge mistake. You just made the album cool.
It's true.
You just...
So I want Davis County Schools. See, I think this is 4D chess. I don't think anybody is I don't think God could handpick better representatives for himself than to have middle-aged, blue-haired school administrators banning the Bible. You know, these are the hall monitors, you know, banning it for kids. I want a sign above every school library that says, don't read this book. It's too risque. It's too naughty. I want that everywhere. Ban the Book of Mormon too, please. While we're at it, we should ban fruits and vegetables. All right. The only people who could make sexual deviance sound boring are public school administrators. Satan is like, stop ruining all my hard work. All through the 70s, he was getting these punk rockers to get out of their vans, take a shower, get in the studio, and make this awesome music, you know, and now they're undoing it all by giving it to these public school administrators. If you had teachers teaching beer pong in a couple of years, soberness would be like cool, would be like edgy.
Dude, you know? That is too funny, my man.
We used to get our obscenity and nudity from like R-rated movies. You remember this in the 80s, right?
Oh, yeah.
You get your obscenity and your nudity from places you're supposed to get it. R-rated movies and Italian Renaissance painters. Yeah. And now it's like Disney is going to be doing this. You couldn't pick a better representative. Who's the like college student or high schooler who's going to be like, hey, man, hey, you want to come over and watch the Disney Channel? Hey, I got some bootleg Disney Channel, you know, vids, man. Like,
wait,
they're going to ruin sexual deviance just like they ruined Star Wars.
But this is happening across the board. This is not a good Pride Month or just a good woke month for anybody on the secular angry left, because you know who's leading the charge here in California? It's actually immigrants and Latinos are leading the charge against wokeism. They're straight up having rumbles with Muslim dads and Armenian dads. Like Armenian Christians and Middle Eastern Muslims can't agree on anything political outside of the United States of America. But let me tell you, they are ready to rumble in the jungle with Antifa. If you're going to say that you need to go trans all their kids at a public school, they will literally come to blows with Antifa. And they literally saw their grandpa die in the 6 Days War and their great uncle die in Syria only like a decade ago. Do you think blue-haired Antifa, you know, people in their black bloc is scaring them? You know what I'm saying?
So go to the next link. So there's another link. It's the Hamtramck, the Axios news article.
Okay, I'm going. Let me check
this. This is a weird spin.
Oh my gosh, there's so many articles here. You did a great job prepping this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't realize all of this was going on. But okay, let me go back.
So this link
okay.
is the same time that the district in Utah is banning the Bible.
Okay.
There is a district, it's a city district. Oh, I got an ad here.
Yeah, Hamtramck. What kind of
Hamtramck. It's right outside Detroit. Right outside Detroit.
Okay.
City council is banning pride flags on all government property.
This is the like majority Muslim city council, right?
Yep.
See, the left was so desperate in their intersectionality to team up against Christianity that they literally formed a coalition of anything that wasn't Christian. Literally, it's like, okay, all of the legacy black leaders decided that they were going to team up with all of the pride leaders, even though, like the majority of the black vote said no to Proposition 8 in California. Nobody ever mentions that one. Nobody comes after the black community for how they voted in 2008, right? But then they also said, okay, well, here's Muslim activists. They have a problem with Christians as well. So they need to be with us, and they formed this very odd coalition, not realizing that, guys, someday this is going to come to a head. Why? Because when you keep stuffing what you stuffed at Target down the throats of children, and then all of a sudden a bunch of other religious demographic dads show up, guess what? They're not having it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so tell us what happened.
It used to be leather-clad, spike-haired, motorcycle riding, guitar shredding rebels who would hand you a cigarette, and it's like that sounds pretty cool.
So now, to be edgy and cool, you just need to start a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have you seen that? I got to talk to these guys. I don't know what these Nauvoo Supply guys are like, but I'm literally gonna show you the funniest thing I saw. They're making these shirts now. Okay. And I don't endorse Nauvoo Supply. I don't know anything about them other than.
Oh, they're a huge sponsor, Carden. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I've talked to them a couple of times. I hope they're cool guys because some of this stuff is really funny. Right. But when you go on their website, okay, I'm just going to do this live. I hate doing this kind of stuff live. All right. But when you go to their website and you look at their shirts, all right, it is really funny. The funniest one I saw, dang it, Beard Gold. That's hilarious. I've never seen that one yet. But when you go to their website and you look at their different shirts, I saw this one the other day and I absolutely just busted up laughing. It said start a family, but if you were trying to do something creatively with an A that kind of had a punk rock motif from the 1990s, what A symbology would you use, Jonah Barnes? You were in a punk rock band.
A?
Yeah.
So similar, like what? Scarlet letter A? Like A, like
close. That's more literature. No, look, start a family, and the A is the anarchy symbol.
Oh, the anarchy symbol. Oh, yeah, right.
So now the new edgy skater punks are the guys that are starting a family. You've got teenage boys. Didn't you say that like they're lampooning the whole moniker of what are they doing?
Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Is it like when you have clown wigged, rainbow flag draped hall monitors who yell at you when you drop your protractor, and they're trying to tell you like this is Pride Month, and they're like shoving this stuff down your throat. Like you're gonna get kids rebelling against it, like naturally. Like that's a law ever since Cain and Abel. That's what teenagers do, and so you couldn't choose better representatives for this craziness than public schools. I think this is God playing 4D chess. I think this is perfect. My boys, they thought they would whisper about it.
Really?
Because they thought they'd get in trouble. They thought, well, all adults think this is good and cool because all the adults at school push it on them.
Okay.
And so they thought, oh, we have to, and so they'd kind of whisper and snicker about it in the back of the bus. And I finally figured out what they were laughing and snickering about. And I was like, oh my gosh, they've done the impossible.
Didn't you say they have a code word now? It's LGBT.
Yes, LGBT. Yeah, they have made traditional marriage punk rock. They've made it cool. I mean, I could never have dreamed of doing that in a million years, and public schools have come through for us. They've done it. So nice work, guys. I think this is 4D chess. This is great.
You think it's 4D chess, huh?
Yeah, God is doing this, and we should. I hope they ban the Book of Mormon. Absolutely. I want every public school teacher lecturing kids about how being single and living in a van down by the river is awesome. And you shouldn't have children. And in another generation, it'll be strollers and Crocs and cargo shorts will be we'll be edgy and cool.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to this article on the school board in Utah. I mean, this is intriguing me here.
You got super chats too to get to.
Oh, yeah. Here, keeper of the super chats. Read us some super chats really fast, Brittany. Read us some super chats.
You got to scroll down.
Oh, you don't have your phone on you?
I do, but I don't want to look at it.
Brittany keeps us based.
Okay,
Brittany keeps us
There we go.
show.
Diamond Dave. Oh, thank you very much for the super chat, Diamond Dave. Hit us up, babe. What's it say?
He said, I didn't know schools had Bibles in the school libraries. That's what I'm saying. My school back in the early 2000s never had any religious texts.
Okay, that's true. There was a sterilization, which actually I'm okay with. If you want to say, you know what, we're not endorsing anything and you want to keep it sterile, fine. But then don't allow, as April Despain has pointed out, don't allow the secular religion of pride to take over everything. Because Quick Media pointed this out today. Quick Media showed a meme. This was a pretty savage meme. And actually, I would say it better, it was a picture. But Quick Media showed that on Christmas, on Easter, and on, I can't remember the other major Christian holiday. There's Christmas and Easter are the biggest ones. But both on Christmas and Easter and like Thanksgiving, there was no flags flown on the Capitol. But we all got to see the pride flag hung and the colors thrown up on the White House and everything as soon as Pride Month started, which shows more of a fealty to the secular religion of, secular pride, shall we say, than to the Judeo-Christian heritage of the country. All right. Now,
okay, and did you see the White House too? They also flew the transgender flag, which I didn't even know they had their separate flag, but now that's been flown too.
They've combined them all. Each group has its own different flag with its own different colors, and then they've combined one to make it the intersectional flag, which is the one that many people have called the bully flag. So anyway.
So if you go to the Discord, there's also a snap right after that link. There's a snap from April Despain, our girl, who was fighting the good fight there in Utah. Okay. And she's kind of reporting on this, that the district allowed the local, what does she call her, the self-appointed pride maven of the county, all the email and contact information of all teachers and administrators in Davis County School District, so they could send out a pro-pride parade flyer or something like that. And she asked the obvious question. April said, well, wait a minute. If I wanted to send out an invite to a school, to a church mutual activity or sacrament meeting or something, that would be totally taboo. You could never do that. But you send out all this stuff, then it's perfectly fine. So interesting point. April is doing the work there.
Well, see, see, this is where I stand. I'm like, okay, cool. I love that we have a pluralist society. I love the diversity. I'm such a 1990s liberal, dude. I'm like right up there with Bill Maher. Let's just go colorblind. Love everybody. We're a melting pot. It's our strength. There's a reason why all of our Olympic teams always win. There's a reason why all of our scientists make all the good patents. There's a reason why we crushed it from 1947 all the way up to 1997. And it was because of our generally Judeo-Christian ethos that permitted minorities to have rights. And you're allowed to be atheist, you're allowed to be Catholic, you're allowed to be Presbyterian, you're allowed to be Jewish, you're allowed to be all this other good stuff, all right? As long as you kind of just don't step on each other's toes and you learn how to get along. And if we kind of need to sterilize the public square from religious discourse in that process, as long as we don't do it in a way that inhibits the free exercise thereof, let's do it. So generally schools wouldn't teach like a Bible class, okay? And that sterilization functioned well enough that actually the classes they suggested teaching for the Bible were actually suggested by some atheist professors at my school who were literature professors, who said actually so many people have become agnostic and haven't received a biblical education that I, as an atheist Shakespearean writer, actually am suggesting our school district take an introduction to the Bible class where we teach the basic parables of Jesus. We teach some of the Apocrypha, because William Shakespeare in many of his plays actually references apocryphal stories that people aren't aware of. Like, I'm going to take from thee thy pound of flesh,
Yeah, sure.
And if you don't understand David and Goliath and the basic premise of David and Goliath from the book of, I believe it Judges it is. I probably screwed that one up. But if you don't understand David and Goliath, you don't understand Samson, then none of these Shakespearean sonnets or any of the plays make any sense. None of the jokes land. And so we were actually so sterilized in the 90s of religious discourse that there was actually agnostic professors who were not religious saying, I think we actually should teach like basic Torah, basic Old Testament, basic New Testament, so we can understand William Shakespeare. Yeah, you know, and that seemed to work well. So anyway, Diamond Dave says, I don't know school libraries had Bibles in their school libraries. Oftentimes they did, but as a reference material, there wasn't classes taught. My school back in the early 2000s never had any religious texts. Well, it probably had them available for checkout. It just didn't promote thereof. It didn't promote therein. Or, all the linguists are getting angry. Anyway, so Loaded Goat Acrylics says, that's us in Utah. We try to be more like the world, and the world tries to be like itself. I live in Davis County, and I'm all over this with the Book of Mormon. Wow. And then Tanner, thank you so much for the super chats. Tanner just throwing us some super chats. So anyway, let us know how it's going up there, Loaded Goat Acrylics. Like, is this just a snafu that's kind of funny and ironic, or do you think this is politically motivated? Because let me tell you, I don't know. What sense do you get, Jonah?
It's a terrible look. Like I listened to the meeting with all these guys, the committee members talking about it, and they were explaining like, look, kids can bring Bibles to school. It's like we're just not allowing it in high school libraries. And you're like, okay, there's probably not a lot of kids who just like mosey into the library so they can peruse the Bible during lunch break. Okay, fine. It's not a huge deal, but it looks awful.
Well,
it looks so bad.
It sets a bad precedent.
Well, this also happened in Pride Month. Like when you're trying to calm temperatures and tell religious people that no, you're not under attack. Your sacred, sincerely held beliefs and your scriptural texts, no, they're fine. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Oh wait, we just outlawed.
Never mind.
We literally just outlawed the Bible in class. And back to the kids making it cool. Like, did you see what happened in the school that was where the kids were forced to wear LGBTQ pride stuff to school?
No.
Oh,
what? Where?
Oh
Where
my
was
gosh.
this?
Yeah. There's a middle school. Tim Poole was talking about it. It was hilarious. There's a middle school where they basically said that, okay, hey, just like it's St. Patrick's Day or just like whatever, you gotta wear pride stuff, right? And the kids just like were not having it, and they started chanting, my pronouns are USA, USA.
No kidding.
And they started, inevitably, think about it. It goes back to rock and roll. Was it actually high schoolers or college kids that were leading the counterculture of that day? No, not really. They actually kind of already absorbed in the system. Rebellion starts in middle school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally
and
does.
These middle school kids are just not having it, getting stuff down their throats anymore, man. This is crazy. You didn't hear about that one?
Okay, I just found it online. It's Marshall Simmons Middle School in Burlington, Massachusetts, protested their Pride Day by wearing red, white, and blue and chanting, my pronouns are USA.
Yeah, dude. It is straight up hardcore, dude. You saw that one?
See, that's what you're doing, though. If you support Pride Month, this is the worst thing you could be doing. Do not give it to public schools to push on kids. It's the ultimate backfire. It's a terrible idea.
Well, it's like, terrible idea. I don't know. Am I allowed to say the jibby jabby word or no?
Well, just say the jibby jabby. That works. We all know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. So in California,
that the puppeteer guys? Yeah. Talking about a puppeteer, right?
In California, you have to have all your jibby jabbies in order to go to public school. I don't know what it's like for other states. Mm-hmm. And so many moms were like, yes, this is so good. Yes, jibby jabby, all the kids. Da, 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 da. I am not like that. And so I said, like, this sets a really bad precedent. If you're forcing parents that you have to tell your kids to get the jibby jabby to attend school, like, it's just going to be a slippery slope after that. And what happened? The schmovid jibby jabby. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like,
Okay, well, I want to finish reading this because this article is blowing my mind, man. So here we are. So nobody thinks I'm just making this up. The latest potential remover comes just a week after the Bible is taken off the shelves in libraries in elementary and middle schools after being deemed by a committee. So by the committee, like who was on this? Who decided to? That's like banning the Constitution because you don't like that, like, you know, like parchment. The EPA outlawed parchment or something. I know it wasn't written on parchment. Okay, it was written on special effects paper by Nicolas Cage. But anyway,
it's fact.
Yeah, total fact. But he said it was deemed by a committee to be inappropriate because it contained vulgarity or violence. The Bible will remain in high school libraries. Oh, so high schoolers can handle it. Wow. The school district said it would assess the Book of Mormon for all elements and definitions of pornographic or indecent materials. Wow. Alma, as he's watching the slaughter of his people getting thrown into the pit. Like, I mean, that's worse than any kind of...
No, it's Shiz winning the headless push-up contest.
Oh, yeah.
That sticks in your head as a kid. Or Alma 234. Hey, people, my favorite verse of the Book of Mormon. Easy to remember. Alma 234.
Okay.
Where they take the bodies of their enemies and use it to make a land bridge over the creek. Oh, you're a little boy. You're like, whoa, this book is awesome.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, Alma 234. Look it up, people. It's the best. It's the best one. Little boys love that one.
Oh my gosh. One parent in the Davis School District decided to demand the removal of the Bible, claiming it to be one of the most sex ridden books around. Oh, I'm sure that woke scold was just so concerned.
Yes.
As that same school district literally has books that teach minors how to engage in acts we can't talk about with adult men on their shelves, I'm sure. As Deseret Book is pimping Papa Osler and Blair Osler and all these books that literally unironically talk about, like, you know, future temple ceilings and Jacob Hansen's done some videos on these things like polyamorous.
The Disney Channel. Carden, the Disney Channel.
Yeah.
These kids watch the Disney Plus.
Have
you watched some of the shows on Disney Plus?
The district, can you believe this right here? The district decided that while the Bible did not violate Utah law, it was not suitable for younger students. Wow, that's crazy. The Book of Mormon is next that could be banished. Joseph Smith, the church founder who published the book in 1830, claimed it was translated from inscriptions of prophets on golden plates. Wow. The book was presented as a historically authentic depiction of God's dealings with the people in the Americas, although this is disputed by historians and scientists. Yeah, anti-Mormon historians and scientists. Smith was killed by a mob in 1844. That's kind of like my father dwelt in a tent. It's just this weird sentence.
It's just one line.
It's just this one-liner. You know,
the first national figure who wanted to abolish slavery was murdered in the land of the free.
By the way,
by the government.
Academia has its narrative that keeps it in power, and it's the most self-serving, pathetic bureaucracy in American culture right now. Don't forget, academia is the one that told us cloth masks stop COVID. Okay,
you mean
Schmovid?
Oh, Schmovid. Yeah.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you.
Welcome.
These are the ones that are telling us that, you know, sex is not gender. Meanwhile, they have to invent new words to describe that delineation, like cisgender. Yeah, it's just the same people that say men aren't men and women aren't women are the ones that are telling us that, you know, stuff isn't true. Meanwhile, they keep taking the L. They're the ones that said, oh, you know, there were no plates. Plates were in a way that things were actually translated or things were actually written down until, oh wait, we find an entire copper scroll in the Qumran library dedicated to writing down religious texts. Oh wait, Roman soldiers carried into battle texts written on plates. Oh wait, no, plates were a thing.
Never mind. Yeah.
You know, never mind. Oh, no.
Fun fact, when I was in 8th grade, this is a true story, when I was in 8th grade, they were going over this in the unit and they said, and Joseph Smith, the founder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, was tried and found guilty and hung.
Oh, really?
And I was like,
no, he wasn't.
I think that's how it went. And the teacher was actually cool about it. She's like, hey, I'm just reading the book. I don't know. How did it really go? And I was like, well, it was actually an angry mob that...
Oh, by the way, an angry mob of what? This is what all the anti-Mormons never want to fess up to. An angry mob of what? People that talk exactly like they do. Do you want to know? Do you want to know what angry anti-Mormons that killed Joseph Smith talked like? All the anti-Mormons nowadays. Read the newspaper articles where people were justifying the murder of Joseph Smith. They all sounded like woke scolds. They all, Bill Reel, RFM, John DeLynn, like it literally hasn't changed. Their rhetoric is like spot on. The news article in the Warsaw newspaper, I did with Brian Stutzman. We analyzed the newspaper articles the day after the murder of Joseph Smith, where they justified why they did it. And they literally said, well, usually we're law-abiding people, but sometimes you just need to make exceptions for people that are a real threat to the safety of our community. Like, it was literally just a woke manifesto of why the rule of law is no longer necessary and why they were justified in the murder of Joseph Smith. Like, it's literally, it looks like it was a blog post on, like, Mormon stories.
Well, hey, for everybody watching who has not seen Thoughtful Faith's video release today on the anti-Mormons, he Jacob Hansen, who runs Thoughtful Faith, go find it on YouTube, just lets these people talk. All he does is splice together what they're saying, and you just hear what some of the most prominent online anti-Mormons say, and you come away feeling like you need a shower. It is the darkest, weirdest stuff.
Okay.
So
hey, maybe present day anti-Mormons are actually just reincarnated mob people from Joseph Smith's days.
Yeah,
Just saying. That's what I think.
Are you starting to endorse multiple mortal probations?
Oh, 100%. Where's Kwaku?
Where's Kwaku when you
Kwaku,
need him, right?
yeah, we need
Kwaku, back
Kwaku.
me up.
No, but
he's
look,
watching going, yes.
this is absolutely gnarly. Like, literally, Jacob Hansen ends up, he does this whole video that is just a supercut of all the different anti-Mormons saying the most heinous things, like all the racist stuff that John DeLynn said. This is Mike Norton literally justifying physical violence against Dallin H. Oaks.
Horrible violence. Oh my gosh, the threats he made. The video just keeps going. So if you haven't watched that video, go find
He agreed to live stream tomorrow. We might do a special live stream. Actually, chat, everybody let me know. If you would like to do a live stream tomorrow with Jacob Hansen on this, we are going to do if we have time, we are going to do a line-by-line analysis of all of these claims that these people made. And I got to tell you, you will need to take a bath afterwards. Like, you don't understand how evil it is, right?
Dude,
like they're reincarnated.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, eat your Wheaties, man. It's terrible. It's exhausting just listening to them. Like, it's just watching a train wreck. It's so creepy.
Yeah, and so
you have like 3 super chats.
Yeah.
To
okay.
Get to.
Well, here, read them for me. Read them for me.
Okay, hold on.
Loaded Gold Acrylics, we already did him. Now hold on, we've got Tanner Smith.
No, Loaded Gold Acrylics sent another one.
Oh, he sent another one. Okay, what is it? He said, Cardin, are you kidding? Not political. Of course it is. From what I understand, the quote move to remove the Bible started with one woke chick. You know what, Loaded Go? Let us know. Get the inside scoop, my man. I got to tell you, to me, that's what it smells like. But we have to put our biases on pause if we're going to be responsible commentators and say, look, hey, this is what I presuppose because of, the baggage that I bring to the conversation. But we're willing to let these people speak their piece. And just like they say in To Kill a Mockingbird, the courts are our final place of decency, or our final last stand of goodness, or whatever. I don't remember the quote. But I think that it's important, even in the court of public opinion, to give people a chance to speak for themselves. So we'll allow anybody who would like to speak on this to give their opinion. But I got to tell you, with my personal experience, it hasn't been that way. Tanner Smith, want to read Tanner Smith? What's Tanner Smith got to say?
He said, this is why we need to give vouchers to students and privatize all education. # abolish the Department of Education.
Whoa.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. Jacob
really Hansen would love that one.
Yeah, he dove right in.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
There is such a thing as good governance. And I have to tell you, as Christians, we want to make sure that we all give all of our children good educations. There's arguments that, we should do vouchers. And I like the idea of vouchers. I like the idea of charter schools. I like the idea of parental choice. At the same token, you have to make sure that those that couldn't afford an education are not underserved, and there's equality of opportunity. So I think there is a place for societal and public education, but it can't be run by psychopath woke scolds that hate the Judeo-Christian heritage of our nation. And I think there's good argument for getting rid of the federal Department of Education and returning it to states' rights. But now we're just talking American politics, which may bore our audience in Europe and in New Zealand and Australia. We got a bunch of other fans, which is kind of fun. Shout out to all our Aussie friends and Kiwi friends out there. Okay, the next one is by Saint Laurent. Says, new lineup for Midnight Saints, Quaker Conspiracy / Fringe Doctrine Show. Ben, Faithful Mormon Stories. I think she meant Brad. And anyway, The Stick of Joseph Men, Comeback Podcast, Jacob Philosophy / Religion, Robert Boylan Apologetics. Hey, I'm loving that lineup, baby. I'm loving it. And we're talking to all these people about getting it done. I also got a really cool segment that I'm planning to do with a bunch of really young kids. That's actually really fun. Some like 16 to 21 year olds. They're all like in that, post-driving, pre-mish, pre-marriage phase, when everything's kind of wild and crazy kids. We're going to be doing some fun stuff with them. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff that's coming up in the books. And Carolyn Wright Gaines Music. Thank you so much. She's back.
She's awesome.
What's up, Carolyn Wright Gaines Music?
We love you, Carolyn.
Yeah, exactly. So,
okay, but actually, as your correspondent at large, I wasn't in that list. I didn't make the lineup, but I am the Midnight Mormons at-large correspondent. I actually have a top 10 list for other things that Davis County schools have banned.
Oh, shut up. Right? Okay, hit it.
Yeah, here we go. So, number 10, Hunter Biden's social media feed has been banned in Davis County schools. Number 9, all Super Bowl halftime shows have been banned in Davis County schools. Citing violence, the committee decided to ban silence.
Oh, because silence is violence.
Next, citing nudity, the school is now requiring school uniforms to be furry costumes, which parents are complaining about. I don't know what's the big deal. Citing profanity, all J. Golden Kimball speeches have also been banned, including all stubbing of little toes. Has been banned in Davis County schools.
Funny.
Citing vulgarity, all of John DeLynne's jowls have been banned on all campuses in the Davis County School District, citing vulgarity. And they're not just banning things, they're replacing things. Their dance classes and creative movement classes will be replaced with hold hands, chant, and dance around a pentagram classes, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
And also, citing obscenity, they're actually, because obscenity is not allowed by this new law, they're going to ban, quote, any and all good music is going to be banned in Davis County schools.
Define
and instead of bring your daughter to work day, they're actually going to have a bring your baby sibling to Moloch day, which is really going to be kind of edgy in Davis County schools. And then their new mascot, actually, we have a picture of the new mascot in the Discord. If you can find it, just right above the link, I have a picture of the brand new mascot for Davis County schools. It used to be a bulldog, but that was offensive. And so now it's actually Baphomet. The demon goat is the new mascot. So they're plowing new ground. They're trailblazers. Davis County schools.
That's funny. So we got another super chat here. Kim Young says, so how much does this super chat need to be for Carden to be my trained monkey? This question might be for the Shadow Woman. Well, I don't know. I guess by me reading super chats, they've somehow thought that's equivalent to being Dance Monkey Dance from Zoolander, but I don't think so. I think it's just fun.
I don't even know what that means.
I think she's calling you handsome. That's what she's saying. Like Zoolander was a male model.
That's true. Or to be a dancing monkey. That's funny. Anyway.
But Carter, they're not just banning things. They're also replacing things in Davis County. Instead of the Bible, they're putting other religious texts in there like Das Kapital, The Origin of Species, Wicca, Spells for Beginners. Instead of dissecting frogs, they're actually going to be poking needles into voodoo dolls of Donald Trump, Jordan Peterson, and Dr. Seuss, which will be educational. And at the PEP assemblies, they're going to have Sam Smith perform, which is really great. They're going to have Ricky Gervais MC the PEP assemblies. And instead of Pride Month, Davis County is going even farther. They're going to have Spirit Week is now going to be Spite Week. The high school football MVP is going to be the MVP. Hey. And President's Day is going to be replaced with Promiscuous Day. actually. So Davis County they are moving the world forward. They are really trailblazers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to find this one. Did you write this joke, this meme, or was this somebody else? I'm going to see if I can find it.
What?
That warning labels for the Book of Mormon. Somebody made.
Did I write that?
I dude, right as I was going through all of these pictures, as I was going through all these pictures of these articles that you sent in the Discord,
Mm-hmm.
here it is right here. Who is making this? Oh my gosh, it was the Nauvoo Supply guys again. Wow, dude, they're crushing it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, look at this. They've actually made. Now I get the joke. Now I see why I saw this. Book of Mormon labels, like just like there was the parental advisory sticker that made all of the music super popular. You know what I'm saying? These guys are suggesting, they made all the music once it was banned by parents in the 80s and the 90s, you know? Now they literally just made warning labels for the Book of Mormon that look just like the parental advisory labels. Look, it says warning, depicts men who talk of Christ, rejoice in Christ, preach of Christ, prophesy of Christ, and write according to their prophecies that their children may know to what source they may look for a remission of their sins.
Dude, these guys get it, Carden. They get it. You have to make it cool. And putting it in public schools is not going to make it cool. We should put these on all. You should put a label on it exactly like this. Warning. This is got war, and it's got scandal and betrayal, and it's got,
oh my gosh, look at this. Here's another one. Here's another one. It's a warning on the picture of Moroni where his sword, not Moroni, Captain Moroni, where his sword is pointed down and all of the soldiers' sword is pointed up. It says Book of Mormon warning, depicts men who follow Christ and defend women, children, livestock, their land, and their liberty. And then there's one of Ammon. There's a Book of Mormon warning, and it's got Ammon with his sword in front of the livestock, right? Which we were led to believe because of early European-centric interpretations of the term livestock or cattle or something like that.
These are awesome.
That Ammon was defending sheep, but it actually doesn't say sheep. And a lot of people, after studying Mesoamerican tribes and wealth at that time, believed that it was actually domestic turkeys were one of the most. This is crazy.
Yes.
This is where archaeology gets really fun and nuts.
I thought it says sheep in the scriptures.
No, it doesn't say sheep.
It says flocks. It only says flocks. Yes. And they know that turkeys were commonly domesticated among the Native Americans back thousands of years, but that the goats, and there are native sheep and goat species in America, despite what the anti-Mormons say, were not domesticated. So they actually wonder if he was defending turkeys.
What about like a flock of dinosaurs?
Oh yeah. Oh well, no, but dinosaurs weren't real. Remember Kwaku?
We differ with that
fake.
one.
Yeah, he disabused us of that false narrative.
I love dinosaurs. I know all about them.
So anyway, I was just gonna say that you know who else wanted the national symbol to not be an eagle but a turkey?
Yes.
Oh, it's one of the founding fathers, isn't it?
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin, Kwaku's favorite founding father.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So Kwaku's favorite founding father actually wanted the early symbol of the United States of America to be a turkey because it fed the early pioneers. Yeah. And it was a domesticated animal that existed here and was given by the Indians to the original Puritans as a gift, was often turkey. So, I mean, that was absolutely
crazy. What's kind of cool?
What?
In our town, Carden, we have a Facebook page for the herd or flock of wild turkeys that are in our town.
Yeah. Okay, Southern California is epic. Okay, so check this out. There is a park in the center of Los Angeles. There's actually two of them, okay? And they carry the name of a famous silent movie actor, okay? And we used to own a home across from one of the William S. Hart parks, okay? And William S. Hart was a silent film actor in the teens and the 20s before talking films. It was probably top 3 movie cowboy of the time. He was the Hugh Jackman of his day, okay? And he donated all of his land and his mansion and his ranch property to the state of California and the county of Los Angeles and Hollywood, once he died as a gift to the people in perpetuity to be maintained as a public park. So when you're walking down Sunset Boulevard and you see all of these classic icons, you see the comedy store, you see whatever room it is where all the rockers launched their first albums. You see the big strip club where Motley Crue filmed girls, you know, and then you see all of the signs that show up on like NCIS and all of the cop shows and stuff. Okay. Well, there's this nice little park that's just right there in the most expensive real estate that was just owned by William S. Hart, you know. And what's so interesting is as part of his will, okay, in perpetuity, the bison, his own private herd of bison, had to be maintained on the property as well, because he had his own zoo for the animals that would be filmed in his movies. And when he was filming Cowboys and Indians in the early teens and 20s, he had such respect for the Indians that he served with that the local high school was named up until like just 2 years ago, the William S. Hart High School Indians, and the park nearby actually maintained a herd of bison. It's 100 years later, and the great-great-great-grandchildren bison of this actor that donated his land in the 20s or 30s are still alive and kicking, and they just roam the hillsides. And
oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing ever.
You used to see the herd of buffalo from our front yard when we lived
That's so cool.
Yeah, you could literally look across our front yard, and there was the great-great-grandchildren of William S. Hart's bison, you know? And do you know where else there's a massive herd of bison? Catalina Island. Catalina Island has a bunch of bison that were just let go after they filmed this one movie in like the 20s or 30s. And they just survived off the grassland and multiplied. And now there's straight up legit bison on Catalina Island, where we would go scuba diving and go to like Boy Scout camps and stuff like that.
See, this is a microcosm of exactly what we're talking about.
So there's turkey. We got started.
You brought it right back.
Yeah, people thought that the flocks had to be lambs, but now a lot of archaeologists are thinking that this guy right here was defending a flock of turkeys. And now we've got the warning label that says Book of Mormon warning depicts men who preach faith in Jesus Christ, repentance, baptism, and the gift of the Holy Ghost, and who defend livestock with swords.
No, but it's a great look at the symbolism here, right? You're in downtown LA. There's Motley Crue over here. There's all this just crazy kind of cool sin around, and then there's this beautiful park in the middle of it, you know. And that's like
and guess what's in it? Peacocks. He had peacocks. So when you walk around this park, there's all these random peacocks that just come out at you if you get too close to their nest.
With the turkeys and the bison. It's crazy.
This is wild.
Yeah.
And there's a Facebook page for everybody and the tourists that catch the turkeys, because they released a bunch of turkeys. Like, I'm not kidding you, like 50 years ago, a bunch of turkeys got out, and they have survived in the wild and created a local turkey flock.
And people always post like, hey, I just saw the turkeys. Or some people will be like, oh my gosh, can you guys tell like your friends and neighbors not to walk their dogs because you're going to harm the turkeys? And it's just,
what in the world?
It's crazy.
See, this is perfect. See, if I were to go to LA and like go on a tour, all that stuff, all the big flashy stuff I've seen in movies since I was a kid, I would want to go see the bison park, the peacock park. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's the same thing. Like, you surround kids, just like what we're talking about. You surround kids to all stuff, and they're like, you know, this like beautiful, peaceful, traditional, you know, natural, divine park, this piece of creation, that's the cool. That's the new cool that I'm going to go hang out in that park. And that's what we're doing to these kids. Guys, stop trying to don't stop this. Ban the Book of Mormon, ban the Bible, absolutely. Ban it all. Have the teachers teaching all kinds of deviant stuff, and it'll make it punk rock to be traditional.
Dude, they need to literally start advocating for atheistic secular agnosticism.
Yes, I say go for it.
And the middle schoolers will get so inoculated.
And my kids get to come home, and I get to be like, hey, you know, your teachers are, you know, don't listen to them. All right, you be a rebel. All right, that's my boy. Man. You know,
screw the man and go read your scriptures.
You got suspended. High five. You know, like, Make it cool again. Brittany agrees. I can see
So
that.
Danny Gray sent a super chat complimenting Jonah. Why don't you read it? Keeper of the super chats, Brittany. Why don't you see what super chat this is?
Okay, Danny Gray says, I love the sight of Jonah Barnes tearing up secularism in my morning. What a great way to start my day.
Oh,
Where do you live that it's the morning right now?
You gorgeous.
I
think
he's just saying that he would love to.
Oh.
As he's sipping his mojo in the morning.
His Creo brew.
Yeah, his Creo brew, exactly.
Danny Gray.
Keith S says, Peacocks. We got a shout out to some of the members that are in the chat. We got Diamond Dave. We got Danny Gray. Shout out to
Snagrit.
Keith S. Snagrit's here. What's up? We got Catherine Wright Gaines Music.
And Carolyn.
You know what I'm saying at Carolyn? We got Loaded Goat Acrylics. Man, we got a bunch of people here. If you haven't had a chance yet
here.
to join.
Everybody's here.
Join. It's a fun place. We're going to do another live stream tomorrow. We only got, right? We keep thinking that like this first topic will only take like 20 minutes, and then 58 minutes in. 58
Well, wait,
minutes
there's more I want to say about this though.
Okay, say it. Say what you gotta say, bro.
So that one of the reasons the Davis County Schools cited was immodesty. Immodesty in the Bible. Immodesty. Have you seen what girls wear in middle school and high school these days? Like,
yeah,
I'm not worried about Rebecca on the back of a camel. I'm not worried about biblical immodesty. I send my teenage boys to school with horse blinders on their faces. Like, these girls, they wear the torn up jeans. It looks like they were like attacked by a gang of raccoons on the way to class. They make Lady Godiva blush as she walked from the portables to the cafeteria to see what these girls wear. Madonna holds her boys every morning. And she's like, stay focused. Just be strong. Stay focused.
Madonna.
It is a cesspool at these schools. And they're like, the Bible's too immodest for our kids. I think, you haven't been in a while then. Well, but seriously, it proves what we've been saying, actually, to be serious for a minute here. Sorry to disappoint Danny Gray, but to be serious, it actually proves what we've been saying is that our evangelical brothers and sisters, whom we all love, because let's face it, your music and church is way better than ours. We love you guys. But this proves that the Bible, it's true. It's not all roses and sunshine. And the teddy bear Jesus that you've thought up for yourself in the New Testament is not the Jehovah of the Old Testament. The district is kind of right in that it gets a little edgy in the Bible. And that's why we read the whole Bible and not just the parts that are comfortable and neat and nice. And so it kind of, I think, supports what we talk about on this channel all the time, that you can't pick and choose verses from the Bible where you get a completely skewed view of God. So,
all right. So we got another super chat from Keith S. Keeper of the super chats, Brittany the Shadow. What did Keith S have to say?
He said they don't call them...
Ooh, here we go. Go for it, Bird. Go for it.
Pavos reales for nothing.
They don't call them pavos reales.
Whatever.
Which I believe means royal turkeys.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Real means royal. Just like El Camino Real is the Spanish trail that actually used to go right by my house. It's the 101 freeway that you hear sung about in all the songs. Was originally the 15th, 16th, and 17th century, what started out as a goat trail that ended up being upgraded to the trail in between all of the Spanish missions up the coast. And you were meant to be able to never have to do more than a 1 day's journey in between the missions. And there was a road that connected them all that was called the Royal Road, named after the king. I believe it was King Ferdinand. And most of the roads in California, or at least the main thoroughfares, such as the freeways and the highways, are somehow at least tangentially based off of those original roads that the Spaniards took in the 1500s. So many of the other animals that were named by the Spanish would oftentimes give them royal monikers as well. So yes, indeed. What are those called again? Peacocks. There we are. Peacocks.
Wait, do that again?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Peacocks are called pavos reales in Spanish, which I'd kind of forgotten. You know
Cardin, guys, just so that you know, Cardin and I actually went to BYU together. He didn't know any of these factoids before he became a father. He walked out of the hospital the first time and all of a sudden had this esoteric knowledge, these random historical facts about the city he was in And that's what happens when you become a dad.
I
There's
saw
your dad
it.
facts.
I saw it like when I was getting wheeled out after just giving birth. Like a beam of light came down. And
you're getting wheeled out, and he said, "Now you know the man who invented the wheelchair actually was," and you think, "What happened to my husband?" That's what happens when you become a dad. Dad facts.
I thought I was still on drugs. I don't know.
Keeper of the super chats. We got more super chats. Hit us up. We got some more questions here.
Okay, sorry. Okay, scroll down.
Boom shakalaka. Yes.
Hmm.
Kim Young, hit it.
If I'm a her, she, does that make my wife a lesbian? I'm digging this. I'll let her know. Dude, that's like a math word problem, and I was not good at math. So, like, I don't know. If a train leaves the station, like, I don't know how to do those problems still. I don't know.
That's funny. See, I don't know if that's a trap. I don't know if they're trying to get us to say something that gets clipped on YouTube. So we're going to have to actually, but I'm with you too, though. I'm like, wait, I want to be respectful. You know, I know that not everybody.
Kim, we love you, Kim. Yeah, all our love to Canada. Brad, remember, Brad's Canadian. She's paying. Is these California dollars or these Canadian dollars or these?
Who can tell nowadays?
I think it's Canadian. I think it's Canadian. Well, thank you very much, Kim Young, for the super chat. You know, and I got to tell you, I've kind of given up on this whole. See, what's kind of weird is this is where some of the conservative members kind of. I'm with Jordan Peterson on this. In any private relationship that I have with anybody that I love, I'll call you whatever you want to get called.
Wait, it's because I called Kim. It's because I called Kim a she.
Is Kim?
And
Kim's
not a she.
Oh yeah, because
I'm sorry.
There was
Kim.
a couple in my ward that was Kim and Kimmer, and Kim Kimm was the dude, and then Kimmer was the girl. They were married. It was Kim and Kimmer Crookston.
Oh my gosh!
I grew up with that. That was their pair's name. Like the mom and the dad. The dad was Kim. The mom was Kimmer. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's cruel. Who could possibly? That's
so.
Cool.
Anyway, Danny Gray has a super chat for Brittany, keeper of the chats.
Okay, he says, Brittany, this is my morning. See, I drive semi-truck, triple trailers between Salt Lake City and Carlin, Nevada every night. This is literally my morning show. Wow.
Wow. That's a hard-working man right there.
Yeah,
Danny Gray,
men like Danny Gray keep the world turning.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about. Respect on Labor Day, right there, baby.
Danny.
Yeah,
he's awesome. Danny Gray.
Okay, so we do got to know. So is Kim Young a dude? Yeah,
I think Kim Young's a dude, and I thought it was a she, and so he's saying, "Wait a minute."
No, Kim's a dude's name. So anyway, we got it. I think we figured it out. Who knows?
Okay,
either that or we grossly offended somebody.
So
probably not the first
time.
What else is new, right? What else is new?
Yeah, so hit us. What else is new? Have we read enough of this Utah school district banning the Bible article to be caught up on things? Are we back? Question mark.
See, I'm watching the stream.
Okay, let's see here. You're watching the stream?
Oh man, Cardin, that was the funniest thing.
Wow, we should just end it there. This has been another episode of Midnight Strike Through.
That was the best joke. I mean, I've never seen anything so brave, so bold, so funny, so relevant,
stunning.
Cardin.
You know,
amazing.
Yeah. So unfortunately,
I'm glad I stuck around. Stuck around to the end of the stream so that I could hear that. I mean, I can't imagine if I had missed that. Dude, like, what kind of a life would I have led? You know?
Danny Gray brings up a really good point. It was really funny. He said, our second sponsor for tonight's show is Internet Explorer. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty hilarious, bro. So anyway, Diamond Dave, thanks for the super chat. Says, sounds like the pronouns of this chat are Dan/NY. Danny. Oh, I see you got that one. So you got that one, babe. Mm-hmm. Good job. You crushed that one. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we talked about Davis County schools.
So you said that there was something, what's it called? You said that there was something that we still had to cover because, dude, we're already in OT right now, man. We're in overtime right now.
We're in overtime right now?
Yeah,
well, we got plenty that we could save.
Let's keep going.
Okay, what else did we have? What else were we going to talk about? Well, Quick Media had a great episode on the Charlie Bird fiasco that's going on.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. One day we got to do mean comments because we are getting a lot.
Just read them out. That's a good outro. Just read all the mean comments.
The last video that we posted was the W's that Joseph Smith has had.
Okay.
The statue and those things that were posted. By the way, if you haven't seen those videos, go watch released today, the social proof of Joseph Smith being a prophet.
Okay,
The comments on that are like the most vicious. Oh man, that just makes the antis just come out like cockroaches.
Oh well, dude, look them up. I just want to see. Like, what are you talking about? Read us some of the comments.
Okay, well, all right. I mean, I got plenty of comments here. I can actually put them. I want you to display them. So here, you can put these up on.
Okay, so I am literally pulling up as
some of these I cannot put up.
Social proof that Joseph Smith was a prophet, and I have right now in front of us. I have all of the comments of our videos. Let's just go through and read these.
Oh, I'm dropping the best ones in the Discord right now.
Oh, you're dropping the best ones in the Discord right now?
These some of these I'm doing a little editing here because I'm pretty positive we can't say.
Wait, do people not like us?
Really?
I'm confused.
I can't imagine.
What?
Okay, wait, but you're saying this last video, the antis came out like
out of the woodwork. Just they were when
really?
We praised Joseph Smith, they are not happy with us.
Was it Ex-mormon subreddit minion brigade style, or was
Could have
it
been?
Just like
I don't know where they came from, but the comments are just fantastic.
Okay, so hit them. So I got to pull these up.
Well, I threw them in the. I threw some. I've been accumulating these over some time here.
Okay, I've got 5 in the Discord, and I'm pulling them all up right now. Let's see what these people said. We are about to respond to a bunch of very mean tweets, apparently, and let's see what these guys had to say. You know, the first one I saw you pull up was a dude named Pierre, which I just think is awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Leave a mean
you're
comment.
gonna love some of these.
So okay, so I am here, and I'm getting these things framed up for the audience right here, so they can see them all.
Or maybe we should have Brittany read. I don't know if she can see.
Yeah, Brittany is the keeper of the super chats and the keeper of the mean tweets as well. Here's comment number 1. Brittany, go.
Okay, pick on the person who has poor eyesight. I see how it is.
Okay.
Okay. If Jeffrey R. Holland and Fox News had a baby, it would be Midnight Mormons. I don't see how that's an insult. I find that as a compliment. Thank you, Pierre.
That was pretty good. Keep going.
Wait a second. If Jeffrey R. Holland and Fox News had a baby, it would be Midnight Mormons. I would be a much more effective leader than Jeffrey R. Holland. Registered Democrat. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Jeffrey R. Holland's a registered Democrat. Okay, so here's mean tweet number 2. Okay. Oh man, this one was a big one, so I got to make it just a little bit smaller. I might have to read this one because this one's a little bit small, Brittany. So I'll read this one.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. This one says, "Oh,
do they hate us?" She asks, Brittany.
Yeah, says,
"My sweet summer child."
This is why Kwaku stopped debating. Oh, I don't get this one. And y'all are hypocrites without any self-awareness. Okay, that's just kind of like, normal mean tweets.
These seem like softball insults.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not offended yet.
Okay, so here we go. This is from a guy named FW. And it says, Nelson, my grandsons admire an internet star named Andrew Tate. How about we buy a Mormon Andrew Tate? We'll call him Quick. Do you get Andrew Tate vibes from Kwaku, Brittany?
I don't know who Andrew Tate is.
Oh, you don't know who Andrew Tate is?
No.
He's the guy that says like,
he's old news.
Okay.
Brittany's way past that.
I'm like too cool for that.
Usually you're the pop
Brittany's
culture
way
princess.
too cool for that.
I mean, I've heard his name, but I don't know enough about him to know if he's Kwaku.
Yeah. I don't know. I would be surprised. I thought people would call me more Andrew Tate-esque with some of the things I've said. But if they're calling it, dude, if Kwaku's getting the smoke and not me, I'm totally down with that. So anyway, here's another one.
Keep going. There's plenty more.
Okay, so here we go. Mina Gutta says Jacob is such rabid right-wing loony. They're coming with guns to take your money. That he detracts from the overall message. Okay, he's definitely, they're coming with guns to take your money. He does emphasize the fact that the IRS is an armed element of the state. And by the way, it was kind of funny because one time during one of our podcasts, I did tell him, dude, bro, you can't just hold 2 fingers up and be making the gun symbol or else somebody's going to straight up clip you. And he's like, what's clipping? And I was like, it's when people that hate you decide that they're going to try and lampoon you by, making it look like you did or said something you didn't actually say.
Out of context, yeah.
Yeah, out of context. So what I did, and it was really funny, was I actually clipped it for him, and it's pretty hilarious. I'll show it to you right here. If I go to the thumbnails, and I've used this on a couple of thumbnails just so it doesn't have its power, you know what I'm saying, if we put it out first. But yeah, there it is right here. Okay, so this one is really funny. I'm going to have to put this into the Discord so that y'all can see it. But I'm going to add my own little thing to Discord right here, okay? So just bear with me for a second. Upload file. Then we've got the thumbnails for the show. And then we've got Jacob Hansen thumbnails. It's pretty funny. Where is this? Oh, crap. This is embarrassing. Anyway, you keep reading them. Just keep reading them, Jonah Barnes, while I put this one.
Well, okay. All right. I'll just read them. I mean, you could pull them up. So, let's see. Thank you for confirming to me that I never, ever want to be like any of you ever this side of eternity, and this is no joke. From Werner Clausen. Thank you, Werner.
When you say it's not a joke, it kind of sounds like a joke.
This is Brian Aubrey, who is a member of the channel. Brian Aubrey. Shout out to Brian Aubrey. He says, y'all need to do a live expedition to Antarctica to find the Nazi aliens awaiting the second coming.
Done.
Oh.
I will.
Hey.
Sounds like a
great
good
idea for an episode. Great idea for an episode.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see. Down. This is Johnny's Cool Stuff says, bottom line, Cardin, you're perpetuating the big lie, which is the Mormon Church. Ooh,
Cardin.
So original.
Oh, I got iced right there. I got told,
tisk,
man.
Tisk. Shame on
Rob
you.
Uri says, I want to go camping with Cardin, Georgio Tsoukalos, and Graham Hancock.
Yeah.
Tsoukalos is the aliens guy from the History Channel.
Yeah, totally.
Camping with Cardin, Georgio Tsoukalos, and Graham Hancock. That would be amazing.
No, not just the aliens guy. You mean the ancient aliens guy.
Ancient aliens guy, yeah, from the History Channel with the hair.
Yeah.
And then this is one of my absolute favorite comments from Thomas Beatty. He says, Cardin is what you'd get if you baptized Tim Dillon.
Who's that?
Who's Tim Dillon?
Oh, you don't know who he is?
No, who's Tim Dillon?
Then it doesn't land.
Now I got to look up Tim Dillon. Dang.
Oh, really?
While I'm looking that up, here's the clip of Jacob Hansen. He looks kind of gangster, like kind of cool, dude. I kind of dig it. I think it's like, a hip look for him.
He's got that crazy look in his eye.
Yeah, dude. Like his ancestors were straight up like fighting the Scottish or something, or the Scotsman fighting the English, I should say. But yeah, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Look at Brad too. Awesome. He's just like, okay.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, okay, I'll take it. Okay, so yeah, we only got like 5 minutes left here. We're already into overtime. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wait, but I got a couple more.
I'm just telling people if they got any last super chats or any questions they want to get out of their system, just ask them right now. Also, don't forget to like the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? We had a little snafu there technically before, so we lost a bunch of our friends watching, but we got a bunch of them back actually.
Wait, we got Chris Murphy in the chat.
What?
Oh, we can't go now. We got Chris Murphy in the chat.
And we've already. Chris Murphy missed the opportunity to accuse us of perpetuating the big lie. ... The Mormon Church. Somebody beat you to it, Chris. Dang
Chris Murphy. I'm sorry to everybody out there who we love. We love Danny Gray and Carla Vegas and all you guys, but nobody is as loyal a follower of this channel as Chris Murphy.
Yeah. And by the way, we're just going to play this one right now just because this one is hilarious. And I love how people just got furious at the intro of this. But like Kwaku brings up such a point, and this is my own content. I won't get flagged by the algorithms for playing my own content. So here it goes.
Sure.
When people in the East, especially Hindus, can recognize Joseph Smith alongside other mystical prophets from world history by creating a giant statue of him, he is officially etched in the history of the world as a mystic and a prophet. It doesn't matter what the antis say.
Oh, there it is right there. You can't fight it. You can't fight it. Chris, I'm sorry, Chris, but your boy's internationally recognized as a mystic and a prophet. And it's kind of like when the toothpaste gets out of the tube, you just can't stuff it back in. Yeah. Once the yogis recognized the man was a spiritual giant enough that they are going to build a big fat old statue to him in India, you got to take the L. You got to take the L. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, look at these comments, these mean, angry comments, Yeah. All from these people in the West, all from these people in disillusioned anti-Mormon family hating divorcees who are sitting and posting on our YouTube comments who are so angry. It's like the Indians, man, they got a dog in the fight. They're looking from the outside and saying, oh, Joseph Smith is an amazing man.
I mean, right there, dude, a freaking golden statue.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so
we
anyway.
got 1,000 more of these bad comments, but we have a super chat we got to get to.
Yeah, I was about to say, Brittany, keepress.
Uh-huh.
What's a female keeper? Is it the keeper of the chats or is it the keepress of the chats? I don't know. Why don't you just read this chat that's coming up by Minor Prophet Ian Malcolm. Thank you so much for the super chat, Minor Prophet Ian Malcolm.
Okay, he says, you guys ever consider taking Midnight Mormons on the road?
Yes.
Do a live show, then hang with chat members afterward?
Yes. In fact, one of the things that we're looking to do with our rebrand is go on the road. This was first proposed by Dan Ellsworth, and we're actually going to be looking to use some of the expertise of Kwaku and some of these smaller venues that he knows to hopefully what I would like to do is as soon as I can get the rebrand over and about 4 to 6 weeks of that underneath our belt and everything's running effectually, which I'm hoping will happen mid-July. I'm hoping by mid-August to early September, when it's like back to school time, shall we say, that maybe we might be able to do a local live taping of a podcast. So, and we'll do a live studio audience in one of these venues so people can actually see what it's like to tape live and so on and so forth. And then we'll be able to ask questions afterwards. And we'll make some kind of deal where if you're like a member, you get to come in and stuff like that because we kind of trust you. And, you know, maybe even Chris can come. We might have to assign him a bodyguard, but you know, it's just kidding. But
the reason that I know people are in the chat saying, what about the rebrand? How come this hasn't happened? The reason that it hasn't happened yet is because we're waiting for the July 1st check to come from Russell M. Nelson.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Fact.
Waiting for that month's influx
actually,
of cash.
100% honest to goodness truth, because I'm pretty transparent with these kind of things. Running Midnight Strike Through Mormons is about a 20 to 25 hour a week endeavor for me. And there's a lot more that goes into a rebrand than you realize, especially the acquisition of, I don't even want to say them right now strategically so people don't go after them, you know, but everything from the logos and all has to be ready. All of it has to be ready by the time you rebrand, because anything you forgot, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like making, like doing I actually would argue that doing a rebrand of an existing channel is more work than starting a brand new channel from scratch. But Minor Prophet Ian Malcolm, we will be doing a cool live event. You know what I'm saying? And Diamond Dave with a super chat says, I still adhere to my Hindu traditions. And Kwaku is your Hindu traditions. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Do tell, Diamond Dave.
Yeah. Some Hindus see Jesus as the guru of Lord Krishna. Oh, that's kind of cool. And there's arguments that he made it to India between the age of, I think the last we hear of him in the Bible is 8 years old. Between 8 and 13, there was a five years of missing history of Jesus Christ's story. And so a lot of people think that he meditated with the Tibetan monks. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of one of the fun... That's kind of one of the fun stories that we actually covered last year with Kwaku. So anyway, any last questions here? Is there something we haven't covered? Jonah?
Just after I made that joke about getting the money from the LDS Church, Chris Murphy posts, I knew it. So he's a good sport, Chris Murphy. Chris, we love you, brother. We love you, brother.
Yeah, and
we want you back in this church, brother. We love you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. It's cold out there, brother. It's cold out there. Come inside. Yeah. We're nice. We don't bite. And and
we're good at making cookies.
Yeah,
that's true.
And the chips
and Jello.
That's funny. Have you ever made Jello? I don't remember.
No. Well, yeah, but not like with like nasty cut up carrots that people put in it.
Yeah, since you and I have been married, I don't think.
Oh my gosh, Brittany, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so anyway.
You don't know Mormon people put carrots in their Jello?
Oh,
that's a Utah thing. That's not a Mormon thing.
We've long excommunicated those people, Brittany.
Yeah, exactly.
We've purged them from our pews. That is horrible.
Don't you know, we excommunicate people for any time they think stunning and brave thoughts that are different. We just excommunicate them for no reason. Right. Jello is a reason. All right. Jeez. So anyway, all right. So thanks so much for hanging out with us, guys. We're going to have Jacob Hansen with us. If everything goes well, we got we got a live stream tomorrow with Jacob Hansen. Before we go, have we read all of the mean tweets? Are there any that I missed?
Honestly, there could not be enough time to read. I have been compiling mean comments, and there are literally hundreds.
Okay, well, here's just the last couple as an outro, okay? Because I see that you actually were able to get a couple more in the Discord, and I don't want to leave this unrewarded, right? But yeah, why don't you just start reading the first of these, and tell us what you think, Brittany. Here is the last of four before we go. The last of four mean tweets from our adoring fans in our latest video. Boom.
This is like a vision test, and I don't know.
Oh, is it kind of hard?
Yeah,
I'll
I can't read it.
Okay, it says, "Wake up, the church isn't true. They have hijacked the words of Christianity. I pray LDS members come to the realization they are following false teachings. The power of Christ compels you." Okay.
What a sound argument. I'm convinced.
That's a good one. Okay, wait, so here we go. Wow, Mormons are freaking out there. It's a cult started by a scam artist. Okay. And this is the best one you had so far. Guy with the Matrix saying Mormons are whacked. By the way, it's not whacked in the past tense. It's Mormons are whack. It's actually meant to be grammatically incorrect.
Get your ad hominems right, people.
Yeah, as a stylistic thing. So you're supposed to say like, Mormons are whack. Yo, that's whack, dude. You know, and
I like 3 exclamation marks when you're trying to make a point. 2, it's like I like 3.
Yeah, you didn't
sell it.
You didn't sell it. You didn't commit. Okay, and then the last one here. Let's see if it comes up. I saw this one. This one is pretty hilarious. How the hell did I end up on Mormon YouTube? And then I responded, pretty awesome, huh? And then Danny Gray, stick around. We have much to seduce you with. And then John G says, oh, man, you're screwed. Better get out while you can.
I'm just thinking of this dude, like, stumbling upon some of the algorithm suggests our channel, and he's like, where have I come to?
That is too funny.
I just think that's hilarious.
Okay, cool. Well, guys, if you can do us a favor, unfortunately, we got to go right now. We are already deep into overtime on this one, but hopefully we're going to have a really cool live stream tomorrow. The rebrand's going well. We're going to let you guys know about it. We've got some interesting updates on all the projects that we're working on.
Got a ton that we're working on. We have so much content now. Garden's schedule is booked out, so he never sees his wife anymore. He never sees his children anymore. Yeah. He works all through Sundays, doesn't even go to church anymore. Yeah. We're just keeping him totally busy all the time. Yeah. For you guys, for these super chats, and for your likes and subscribes, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So before you go, just please make sure you like this. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe, so on and so forth. But yeah, just be aware, look out. We're probably going to be going over this crazy video. And if you haven't seen it yet, go to, I'm going to pull it up right now so all you guys can see it. This is what we're going to be talking about. You're doing this tomorrow? We're doing this tomorrow with, we're doing this tomorrow with Jacob Hansen. But if you can go check out this right here, okay? The thumbnail says Ex-mormon icons. You can't see my thumbnail right there.
Talked a bit about it.
Check it out, okay? Yeah. This video is literally a supercut of just insanity, and it's literally called By Their Fruits, John DeLynn, Bill Reel, RFM, Nuanceau, Zelf on the Shelf, and more. And check it out because we're going to be talking about it tomorrow. Like, this
I don't know how you're ever going to get through it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're ever going to get through it. It is so crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty nuts. So anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Thanks a lot for being here. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. It's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun. This is Midnight Strike Through Mormons.